one Thursday, I think it was a Thursday morning, October 1st, 2015, I happened to pull up into the apartment complex. I was supposed to go right, but I went left because I didn't know if I was in the right place or not. So as I parked the car, or I thought I parked the car, I think I put the emergency brake on. I didn't even park the car. I was making a phone call to see, was I in the right place? And somebody pulled up behind me, blocked me in like a T. And next thing you know, he was at my door. It was a case of mistaken identity. The guy who shot me thought I was somebody else. It was somebody who was having infidelity with the mother of his children, who he lived with, and he thought I was him. 30 seconds later, after some indiscriminate yelling, he raised up a gun and shot my front window out. And that first bullet went into my leg, completely broke my leg, and I tried to escape from my life, but I didn't get out. The second shot was to the back of my head, and I blacked out. So the third shot here, fourth one to my stomach, my midsection, and the fifth one toward my ribs, I wasn't even awake for. So to say that God has a plan for me is an understatement, because I don't understand how I'm here right now. It really tested me as a person to lean on other people. I actually was leaning on my family, my wife especially, because good Lord, without her, I wouldn't even be here right now. But seeing the strength of my kids actually let me know that, we as parents have instilled some things in them, and they leaned on them when they needed to. I knew they were scared. I knew they were both scared, but my daughter especially was so strong. And I don't know if they were being strong for their mother or whatever, but they were just, their strength gave me, the phrase that people say, it gave me life, that gave me life. This taught me as a father that you have more strength in you than you really ever know. And you'll be able to call upon it and kind of dig deep and call it up when you need it. It's kind of like a reserve tank, if you will. But I learned that from my kids. So actually, what the 5 shots did for me was to ground me long enough to understand where my other strengths lie. It's amazing how you can still communicate even though you can't speak. And I learned how to communicate with my hands. I had trouble writing because I actually got shot in the head as one of the 5 bullets. So I was kind of writing, all jagged and everything, and it was frustrating. But, learning how to focus and learning how to rely on all of the tools that you have when one is taken away was something that now I can use as a father, and understand that I don't have to yell. Just because I have that booming voice doesn't mean I have to yell or scream. Just because I'm stronger than my kids doesn't mean I have to flex on them. I can use more creative ways to get through to my children, and that's really what that taught me. I got back talking by the grace of God, simply, period, point blank. If you're watching this right now and you having trouble reconciling whether, is God real and other, God is real, okay? The only reason I can tell you that is because I had a bullet enter into my throat, bounce around, and blow out the side of my jaw over here, okay? I'm missing teeth over here. I had a hole in my face, okay? I had an external fixator in my jaw that usually goes in your arm or your leg. It's like a 4-prong brace that was in my face for months, for a couple months, and I could not talk. I had a trach in my throat. So how I'm talking now is there's no medical explanation for it. None. Zip zero. Doctors are looking at me like, oh, I remember the conversations. Well, if he could do this, it might be possible he could get part of his voice back. I had to mentally prepare to have one of those things where you talk like this and you're like, like the commercials you see with people smoking. I thought I was going to have that. And I'm a broadcaster, man. This is what I do. I use my voice for a living. So to know that I got my voice fully, man, it's nothing but God. It's nothing but the grace of God. He has a plan for me. I have to tell my story. I have to share it with the world, and I have to tell people about God's grace and mercy, or else, this voice is null and void. There's no reason for it to be working. He could have easily let it stay the way it was, but he gave my voice back for a reason. So that's what I accredit it to.